I love Xavier Riddle. I think it's one of the best modern PBS Kids shows, but unfortunately, compared to the spectacular Season 1, Season 2 has quite a lot of issues, and in this video I will be talking about them. Also, a disclaimer to any 9-story media group people potentially watching this video, I'm not here to be mean to or attack you guys. This is simply supposed to be constructive criticism. And I know I'm going to get a comment saying, it's just a children's show, but just because it's for kids doesn't mean that they won't notice the constant inconsistencies and errors in the season. So to start off, I want to point out that Xavier Riddle has a consistent formula for the episodes. For example, they all start off by saying something to the effect of, "Hi there, and welcome to the show." And every episode ends with the characters saying their names and stating the moral of the episode. However, in Season 2, a few episodes don't start with welcome to the show, including I am Bessie Coleman, I am Madam C.J. Walker, and I am Alvin Ailey. In I am Madam C.J. Walker, they also skipped over Brad saying his name at the end. What is up with this? Be consistent. And speaking of I am Alvin Ailey, this episode, among a few others, conspicuously recycles pre-existing character models. For example, this kid is a recolored version of Rosa Parks, and this one is Jackie Robinson. Did they think they could get away with this? Kids are smarter than you think. They'll probably notice because it's just so distracting and so obvious. Heck, they even use the exact same character models again in the same episode. These kids appear when the time travel trio goes to visit Alvin Ailey, and then they appear again during the school concert in the present day. What? Similar thing happened in I Am Archimedes, which reuses Cleopatra. Seriously, does this show have the budget of a ham sandwich? Even Anne Bronte was in the I Am Zelia Natal episode. In the same episode, Brad claims that he made his cape, which he clearly did not, because I Am Zora Neale Hurston is about how he got his cape as a security blanket. He couldn't have sewn it himself. He's only 7. I Am Louis Braille is about a blind person, and with blind characters, the show usually omits their pupils, like with Helen Keller. I can understand Katie having pupils because she's only partially blind. Louis Braille was completely blind, yet he still has pupils. Where's the consistency? And here's the big issue. Yadina having a translator. In I Am Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Yadina gets her own translator, which is fine since she always has to remind Xavier to use his translator. But then she starts using it when it's not necessary, like when she uses the translator in I Am Roberto Clemente, which was ultimately pointless because Roberto just started speaking Spanish again throughout the episode. In I Am Norval Moriso, Norval greets the kids by saying bonjour, which means hello in the Anishinaabe language. It sounds very similar to bonjour, which is French for hello. This makes sense because Norval lived in Canada, where French is one of their official languages. But get this, Yadina goes, "I think we need a translator, we don't know that language." You don't need the translator, use context clues, girl! Not to mention that the trio have visited French-speaking historical figures multiple times before, including in literally the episode before this one when they visited Louis Braille. Then Norval reveals that he said hello in Anishinaabe, and that he can also speak English. So Yadina didn't need a translator all along. This specific episode also has a big tone issue. So the conflict of the episode starts because Yadina is trying to get people to listen to her to stop using plastic. So the Secret Museum sends them to meet Norval Moriso, who used art to share messages, including about the time that he was sent away to a residential school. A time of cultural genocide. A very heavy topic, and then the trio go back to the prison and act all happy as if they didn't just learn about residential schools. The episode in a nutshell.
Excuse me, did you know plastic can hurt animals?
We were sent to residential schools.
It's bread man time!
I swear, every episode of Season 2, regardless of its writing quality, because there are still some good episodes, has something wrong with it. Whether it's leaving out certain elements of the show's formula, or just being all over the place tone-wise, having inconsistent writing and lore, and blatantly reusing models. Oh my gosh. I fear the show is going downhill. I don't want it to be this way. I want the show to go uphill, to get even better than it already was, but I just don't know what's going on. And I don't think we ever will, unless someone at Ninth Story breaks their NDA and speaks out about it, but I don't think that'll ever happen.